rushing you is never something to do. So family members, heed that note. The second blog I wanted to kind of review today was how to decrease breathlessness while carrying anything. I was very fortunate to be contacted. I posted this, I think, in October, November, and I was contacted by this group out of New Zealand who trains physical therapists there. And the president emailed me and said, I love that article. I'm going to have all my physical therapists read it. And I'm like, sweet. That's awesome. Keep it coming, that kind of thing. He said, these tips really do help. Will help our physical therapists in working with the lung population out here. I'm like, man, I wish I could meet this guy, but it's a little bit of money. So that was good news and good feedback for this as well. So carrying things, I'm going to take a sip of water. Carrying things is an everyday occurrence. Whether you're carrying your groceries in, or you're carrying your laundry basket, or 12 laundry baskets like I did this weekend, or carrying your oxygen tank or your oxygen concentrator, carrying anything is hard. What I love seeing sometimes when I get to see the spouse and patient combo in pulmonary rehab, the spouses sometimes come along, and I have several couples where the husband or the wife will carry the tank or the concentrator, and the lung patient will follow beside, and I'm like, oh, I love that. I love that team effort, and really and truly it's because I realize that carrying those concentrators and tanks is so difficult when you're trying to just walk and breathe. And so I felt like this content would really help you all when I developed it. And it's stuff that we go over in pulmonary rehab too. So number one, you got to focus on when you are exercising is increasing your upper body strength. If your arms are weak, and it goes really with any place in your body, if you are deconditioned and you go up to do anything, you're going to need more gas in the tank, more oxygen to be able to have the energy. Oxygen creates energy in the body to be able to do anything. So whether that be walking, whether that be carrying things, whether that be putting your dishes away, carrying your laundry, anything really in life, if the body is weakened, it's going to ask more from damaged lungs to be able to do anything. And so strengthening those muscle groups will allow them to be strong enough so that they can do some of these activities with a little more ease. So don't skip your weights. We get a lot of people in our rehab who do the treadmill, or they'll do the new step, and then they're like, see y'all later, see you stop. I'm like, what about the weights? So when I instruct at rehab, I always try to put it in the center of the workout. So that way you're less likely to skip through them. And so any other tip you need to include those exercises, I will give you. Just let me know. But definitely don't skip your hand weights. And I get told, I have those at home. I have those hand weights at home. And I'm like, they're ain't doing it. Or they're sitting there in the lazy boy doing a few of these, and they're like, just saying, there, Christina, I did it for you. So don't skip your weights. I know what you're doing. The other thing is practice good body mechanics. These guys are carrying the load in the center of their body, not high, not low, not off to one side. Sometimes we tell people who have the oxygen tank to kind of strap it across the chest so that the weight is centered to the body, not pulling you in one direction or the other. I realize sometimes this can be hard with groceries now that they bag them, and I know I went to Food Lion for 20 items and had 10 bags. And so I'm doing this number. So you can ask for paper and have them put it in one sack if you want to, so that it might be easier to carry midline. Whatever it takes, you want to try to carry it midline to the body and keep your back straight. Breathe and or first lift breathe. When we're carrying anything heavy, the first thing our body wants to do is hold our breath until we get there, and then we put it down. Then we take a breath. And then that's the fastest way to get shorter breath. So remember to take breaths as you're walking. Get that air in, get that air out. Or you can try the pursed lip breathing technique that we use and teach in pulmonary rehab. Is when you breathe in through your nose and blow out through your mouth. Breathing in through your nose like you're smelling the roses, and blowing out through pursed lips like you're blowing out birthday candles. And that way, it's not a normal way of breathing. It's kind of, we want to pant when we get short of breath, but using that pursed lip breathing technique will help you focus on your breathing. The pursed lip part creates a slight back pressure in the lungs, which will help you with oxygenation. And so it's all good things in the pursed lip breathing. It won't hurt you to try it with the activity. If you feel like you wear out faster using that breathing technique, then just try to breathe deep and take slow, deep breaths. Some folks are saying, it's just so unnatural. I just feel like I work harder breathing like that. I get that. I want to put more, basically more difficulty on the body. However, that is the technique that we teach in rehab. Don't rush again. We went over that and about bathing, and that is like a number one thing that I say when it comes to doing any activity. Don't rush. Recognize your limitations and don't carry more than what is comfortable. I thought this picture was hilarious. I don't know where that little biker is coming from, but apparently they got a little more than they can handle there. And I know I'm the first one to do it a lot of times. I don't want to make 4 trips to the car with my groceries, so I get them all slung down one hand and slung down the other arm, and I try to carry it all in. But you actually do yourself more harm and get more winded, making the activity more difficult. So some tips that I've been given from other patients is that they try to get their perishables in first. Then they rest. Then they put their perishables away when it comes to grocery shopping. And then, if they're up to it, then they'll go back and get their pantry items out the car. And so they say sometimes they don't go get the pantry items until the next time they got to go out to the car, which is fine. Or maybe till a spouse comes home or a friend comes over. It's like, hey, stop by the trunk, bring some things in. And that's okay to ask for help for those things, but that's one of the tips that they have given me is they say I do try to get all my cold stuff in that might need to go in the refrigerator, and then if I'm ready and when I'm ready, I go back and get pantry items. I love this idea. This came from a patient as well. Get a rolling tote. The one I posted on my blog actually had a lid to it, and so the rolling totes will allow you just to trail it behind. If you have stairs, it may be difficult to pull it up the steps. However, these are great. You can use the totes for laundry, carrying the laundry through the house. You can use the totes for carrying anything in from the car or rolling it at least closer to the steps before you carry it up. Typically, they fall down flat and can be stored away into the trunk. So that came from a patient who lived it. And she also gave me the idea for a rolling laundry hamper, which I really need at our house. We have they're usually nice and big and able to stack a bunch of stuff in it. I'm still carrying lots of things to the house. Other tips, carry your groceries in by priority. We talked about that. Ask for help. We talked about that. And park close to an entrance and avoid carrying up steps. How are we looking for time, or do you want to just take questions now? You want me to just take questions?
I need to have 15 minutes before 3 o'clock. You've got a few more minutes to incorporate questions.
I'll quick cycle through these exercises and not talk about them too much, because you can kind of pick them up on the website. That first one is an overhead press that would be really great to strengthen the muscles through putting anything back over your head, like lifting dishes up, putting them away in the cabinets, that kind of thing. And it's great for your back and shoulders. This next one, bicep curls. You know, you're using your biceps when lifting anything up, and when you're doing this bending motion. So try the bicep curls, and that will give you more arm strength as well. Upright rows actually came from Sue, who worked with me. Well, actually, she kind of job shared with me before she retired this past year. And she, even though this exercise is very popular, came up as an alternative to like a lateral arm raise, because many of our patients have rotator cuff problems, and they don't feel the pain quite as much with this movement, yet it strengthens the shoulders and such. I was trying not to laugh. My husband's not a photographer, taking pictures, so I'm trying not to laugh as he's doing this. Side shoulder raises, again, strengthening arms, shoulders, a little bit of the back. You're using these muscles when you're lifting anything out to the side, when you're lifting things out of the trunk, and then you're using biceps to, carry. So all of these exercises are very applicable to real life. And then the front shoulder raise. And then we don't do this one, or we don't teach this one in rehab, although, your triceps, my ladies really ask me all the time, how do I get this thing to stop moving, and how do I fill in with this muscle group? And it would be to do these tricep kickbacks. You can do them standing. If your balance is a little funky, you can do them sitting as well, just leaning slightly forward as well to increase arm strength. Start out low with your weights, and then increase your reps as you go. Start out, even if you think it's ridiculously lightweight, work on form first, then slowly increase your reps as you go. You might have a little mild muscle soreness when you first start, but it should never be overwhelming, and it should never cause you to cut back what you're doing the following day. If that's happening, then you're doing too much. Cut back until your body gets used to it. It will come, your muscles will eventually remember and say, hey, I remember when we were doing more with our arms, when we were stronger, and they'll start to remember, but give them time to do so.